Hey everybody, I'm Skeet Reese. We're at the ICAST booth, Berkley booth, more particularly in Orlando, Florida. This right here, this is my creation. This is some new shapes I brought to Berkley, and I've been working on them for the last year and a half. What we got here is, this one's called the Deal. So it is a vibrating jig trailer, but we can get into more of that, a straight tail worm, and a finesse little Ned head rig. So let's get started with the Deal. So this bait here I designed to be specifically originally for a vibrating jig, to be able to put on the back of it. That had a great swimming tail. It added mass to the bait so it cast further, skipped better. So that was where this big body came from, the shad style or bait fish style body. But the swimming tail, if any of you have ever fished a pit boss before, which is a bait I designed, it's got counteracting swimming tails on it. And we kind of incorporated a similar tail into this. So when you see us, the Deal swim through the water, the tails are counteracting, so they're going at opposite time. There's nothing made in the industry that swims like this. It is unbelievable. So wound up, you can fish it on a bladed jig, you can fish it on a jig head by itself. This little 3-inch one right here, I've crushed smallmouth on this one already, just on a little jig head, 8th ounce jig head, just like that. Works great as a swim bait. You can put it on the back of a swim jig. You can put it on a belly weighted swim bait hook and fish it through grass. So it wound up being, there's lots of ways to fish the Deal. So if you're looking for a new, unique swimming swim bait, there's nothing like it. Check out the Deal. Then we get into straight money. It's a straight tail worm that I designed to originally be designed for Nico rig fishing, which is one of the hottest trends in bass fishing around the world, around the country, where you're rigging it wacky style. You got a nail weight in the head, so the worm falls straight like this, but as you work the worm, the bait collapses and comes back. So this worm, I changed the density of the plastic on it so that when you do work the bait and you pull on it, when the bait collapses over, turns into a C, it springs back into shape much quicker. If you grab most other soft plastics, when they lay over, they lay like this. Not this one. It's a much stiffer, so it creates more reaction, more action in the water every time you move it. Another great thing about it, because of the density of it, is when you pull this bait like this and you pull it through the water, the tail is quivering. I gave it a little bit of a paddle tail on there. That you can see that is just creates more water displacement, and you can feel this worm on your rod tip as you're pulling on it. This pack of the worm is literally quivering, and it's just going through the water like that. So rigged either Nico style, or you can Texas rig it, you can fish it on a shaky head. There is no bad way to fish this, but if you're going to fish on a Nico rig, excellent. And it comes in a 5 and a 6 and a 7-inch size. So this is the 7-inch here. You can fish on a shaky head, out deep, summertime, great. The 6-inch, most probably going to be the most popular. Fish it on a shaky head, as well as a Nico rig. Then the 5-inch, however you want, Nico rig, drop shot, great. So that is the straight money worm. The next one we're going to go into is the cash out. So having a small profile bait that is it's Ned rig. So it's very popular, very common technique all around the country. Just a small do-nothing worm. Well, I wanted a little bit more action out of a do-nothing worm. So when I rigged this on the jig head, so it's got a 1/32 ounce head, it still has something. It's not just a soft piece of plastic floating through the water. What separates this right now is the ribs on this belly. So all these ribs right here create more water displacement. So as it's falling through the water, it's grabbing water, creating a bigger presence, even though it's small bait. As it drags across the bottom, it's going to grab more silt and rock and debris and kick up and make a bigger disturbance on the bottom, so which creates more attraction to the bait itself. The bait also has a little spade tail with a cross tail in it. So this little part right here acts as a rudder. So as that bait's falling and roll ahead, it kind of glides and gives it more of a gliding action through the water. So even though it's a very small profile bait, that little Ned rig for smallmouth fishing is absolutely money. So you want to cash out, get some money in a paycheck in a tournament, get your little cash out. So that is my lineup of baits for Berkley this year. Hopefully you guys are going to get your hands on them soon, catch a lot more fish. I know I've been catching a ton of fish on them, so I'm excited for you guys to actually get to fish them now. So good luck up there, have a great time, catch me a big one.